Sounds like I lost the bet, mate. Sounds like I
Yeah.
lost the bet.
Hey, we don't know what's going on.
When I read
100%.
that bit, I was
Listen,
like, yeah, okay.
it
Oh,
sounds like I
okay.
lost the bet, mate. Man was there, like, you know what I mean?
Hey, we
It's
don't
like
know.
a
We don't know.
fetal position thing. Like, might just be in the comatose, like you look were saying.
Welcome to the Manga edition of the Panel and Frames podcast. This week we got a continuation of two juicy chapters for you. We have we have two Chainsaw Man chapters this week of chapter 116 and 117. And then we'll go into Jujutsu Kaisen 209. So just to start with Chainsaw Man chapter 116, obviously it continues from Asa and Denji, their, I guess, date, you could call it, in the aquarium. Now that, I mean, you know what I mean? Their date in I mean, it's the war demon who's like tricked him to come here. But anyway, yeah, so they're dating the aquarium and the eternity demons, devils returned, and now they've been there for days. And Denji has now convinced Asa to eat some starfish. So I think,
And she actually eats it.
yeah, so you know what, with 116, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, it felt like another filler chapter.
Yep, definitely.
But
Definitely.
at least from my perspective, we got some banter between the two. There was some funny characterization from character development from Asa anyway, when she's like, oh yeah, you think I'm a charming woman, you think I'm this, and he's like, oh, okay, then whatever, I just said one thing. So there's good back and forth. And you know, Denji talked about obviously him being poor, so they're having a bit of rapport with each other, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And so what do you guys think about 116?
As you said, it was just a continuation. It does what it needs to do as a continuation. The chapter itself is, I wouldn't say it's great because there's not really a lot that's going on. It's like a continuation. But yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's definitely a continuation, but I feel like it's definitely adding to their relationship. So the chapter before this, it was getting there, and this one is like just that little bit more. It's not much. It's really like another filler, but it's just adding that little bit of, you know, they're enjoying themselves together, running around trying to get that money. It's like they're bonding. You know, they're both outcasts. They're both outcasts at the end of the day, and I think they're kind of building that relationship together.
And don't you think that the ending was quite cool when she does Aquarium Spear? You're like, oh, okay, what's the money for? Aquarium Spear.
Yeah.
And I think the chapter itself, yes, it was funny and had has that Chainsaw Man like kind of like that style of humor. But that final page was like, oh, sick. 117 is gonna be it should be a big chapter, you know what I mean? So moving on to 117, Penguin and Weapon, which obviously for me, you know what's so funny? The first page, when, you know, obviously in the last chapter, Asa said, oh, go stand over there, blah blah blah, and he starts this chapter saying, oh, I need to stop being obedient to like women and that. And it makes me laugh because it makes me laugh because, you know, the whole Makima bit, when he's like, when the way she treated him, it's kind of like he's trying to remember in that situation, that I'm not getting into that situation again.
yeah,
No,
don't let that happen to me again, mate. No, not another one.
So
Which is a good character building for Denji. It's like he's usually a person that just falls head over heels on these situations. So.
That's very true.
exactly, but this proves that he's learning. And even like in the last chapter, when he's like, "Oh, I want to save money for the new control devil, the host," and he's like, "I want to send him to a school," and that's like, "Oh, because schools are expensive." That shows, you know, he's a different person. But so yeah, the chapter continues. Asa creates a spear, and then she fights the eternity demon and kills him one shot. And we'll come to that. And then obviously Denji and Asa have the back and forth. He's like, let's go for date number 2. And then, you know, she's like, gas. And then we have the big cliffhanger at the end. But let's chat about this fight with the eternity demon. Your thoughts, please.
Yo, this eternity demon is ugly.
Yeah,
ugly. Oh my god, it is bad. Right? But I feel like the fight was, I want to say the fight was alright.
It was one panel.
The fight was alright, and it happened mad quick. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, is it kind of sets an example of, okay, this is how strong like like that demon is in comparison to the
Yeah.
the eternity one. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's just one of them ones where it's just a leveling kind of thing where this eternity demon don't really need to worry. It's this demon I need to worry about. So hey, that was that.
Lewis, your thoughts?
Yeah, man, one and done, isn't it? I think the chapters before spanned so long. If they was gonna long out the fight afterwards, it was just gonna be even longer. They needed to exit that situation. Now we're into the new bits, you know. My thing is though on this chapter is Fami up on the rooftops.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on here?
What's she plotting? What are you plotting?
Exactly.
And also, my man, what's his face again? Is there with her as well?
Yeah, yep.
How did he get out? I mean, obviously they got out when they.
No, she's looking at him though. She's looking at him. Is he the target?
Yes. And then hopefully we'll get to know more about this guy, more about him, because he was obviously a big player in the first part. But just come back to this eternity, the devil beef here. I don't know, man. I thought my time's been wasted a little bit. It's like, yeah, okay,
I hear you.
One and done. But it was just like, I guess it was a good way to kind of have some character development between them two, Deji and Asa. But then it's just like twice now the eternity demons just come and been murked. And is that like a recurring joke with the author? It's just like him trolling us. So I was just like, you know what I mean? It's just a bit random.
It's an eternity of, you know, it's an eternity devil, so it's an eternity of just getting killed quick. Yeah.
Hey,
but
I just hope go on.
No, sorry, go on now.
I was gonna say because you said it might be the author trolling us, right? Like, the author of Dragon Ball, yeah. The way he did Vegeta.
And
the way he done Vegeta, it could be one of them kind of things where it's like, you know what, I just don't like this character.
So, I know, but then it's like don't put him in it then. It's simple. You can write Vegeta out. You got so many, like, I'm just saying with Dragon Ball, like Ultra Ego, the way everyone got gassed, yeah. And with Ultra Ego, Granola, the beef is sick. Vegeta's finally got, like, do you know how Twitter was trending? I had people who hadn't read Dragon Ball in years reading it because of that. How it was trending. Only when to get murked in the next chapter, like
the next chapter. It's mad. But anyway, we're talking about Chainsaw Man here.
But yeah, let's not exactly. Let's not divert to. But I was just saying, like, the panel itself when he got killed, that was like beautiful artwork. That was sick. That was so nicely drawn. But it was just like, well, I just felt like, why even put him in it? Just why?
We didn't even see what his attack was.
He just got ganked. Like,
he got finished.
People just getting one and done.
But it also expresses what's it called? The War Devil's power, isn't it? So
exactly. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Remember, it took Denji 3 days to beat the Eternity Demon last time, and she one-shotted him. So if them two did clash, what are we saying? But at the same time, it's been a couple of years, and Denji must have powered up. So
yeah.
He most definitely did. Like,
but if she's one-shotted someone that took him 3 days, is the beef he's gonna get murked, bruv? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, true. But then you have to consider plot armor, bro. Denji's not gonna get like messed up too bad to the point where he's gonna be written out of the story. Let's be real. He's the main character.
No, of course. I mean, there's been a few characters that we thought wouldn't be like. Obviously, he makes he makes a reference to power when it's like, oh, you're like a friend I used to know, and obviously she's not here. But what I'll say, the ending. Now, the ending is probably one of the best cliffhangers.
Yeah,
where we don't know if the next chapter is going to be a madness or it's going to be a big joke. I reckon it's going to be a big joke.
I think a joke. 100%.
Really?
Yep.
You think she's going to make a dent?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Chainsaw. It's a giant chainsaw.
Yeah, and it like what I think is going to happen, right? I think that the power is not going to work properly, and she's going to be there like, wait, what the hell? Damn, this is Chainsaw Man. Yeah, and it's just not when something's going to happen, but she's going to realize it's not working properly, and then she's going to be like, what the hell? And then there's going to be some kind of distrust there from Denji's side.
I honestly think, there's going to be some sort of like, you know, Asa loves him. Well, was blushing.
Well, at the end, you could see they both.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I think something like that is gonna unknowingly hold them back from their bow being activated. That's what I think.
Really.
So I think there'll be some sort of like, because the war demon devil and Asa's relationship is quite funny. You know what I mean?
Mm.
When she was like, "Oh, you're such a bore," no wonder he left when love chapters, like stuff like that, and banter it. So I feel like something's gonna happen, and then the war devil is gonna blame Asa, be like, "Oh, you're so annoying. Why are you falling in love with him? Now I can't use my ability." Something like that is gonna happen, I think. And I think could be just, and it'll be some big back and forth between them two. Like Denji will be like, "You're so weird. What are you doing?" Anyway, I'll see you the next day and walk off.
I feel like Denji is going to put his hand on her head the same way.
yeah, something like that. I just, but either that or she gets the if she does get a chainsaw and then she just doing the madness, she's like, "Oh, sorry, let me put you back," or something like that. It'll be interesting, but I think it's too. I think it's just too early for her to have him as to get him. You know what I mean? In that chainsaw.
And the fact that they're almost kind of confessing their love, both of them.
I know.
Yeah. So it's like, even though the war devil's like stush, she's starting to fall for him as well. So
I know.
Yeah.
So then so 116 wasn't the best chapter, but 117 was, you know what, it's either going to be a start of a great new arc with Fami and the War Devil, or it's going to be another comedic like filler chapter. But you know, they like to keep us guessing in Chainsaw Man. You really don't know what you're going to get every chapter. You really don't know. But what score do you want to give it, Lewis?
I think I'll give this again a 7.5. It's not, it doesn't blow me away, but it's a start of something. So now we're out of that long ass, I don't know, 4 chapters long of being in that place. And we've also seen the growth of their relationship.
Yeah.
And we've seen that they're falling for Denji, and Denji's growing up enough to go, "No, I'm not going to fall over head over heels for this person straight away." So I'm interested to see, one, is he going to put hand on her head? That's what I want. Or 2, is he going to turn into a spinal cord sword? I just don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, 7.5.
And Phil?
I agree with Lewis. It's not really much to add on to what he said, but definitely agree with him. What do you think, G?
Yeah, you know what? Like, I think this chapter 7.5, or I'll give it 8, because I just think even though it did feel like a filler saga, a filler arc, the 116 especially, I felt like there was still enough there to like entertain you. It wasn't like pointless. It wasn't like it wasn't like what we're used to in Chainsaw Man, but it's I guess it's good enough storytelling to like be entertaining. And I felt like their banter with the starfish and the way they ate it, I thought all of that was quite funny. You know, the second 117 when their banter once again, and here's the whole like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be obedient." I thought they were quite fun. I think I'll just say like the Eternity Devil stuff, I don't know, I just feel like we've been trolled a little bit. I just feel like we've been trolled a little bit, or that might be like a red herring for like to say that, oh yeah, if Denji did fight against the war devil, he's gonna get murked as well. So, but yeah, I'll give it 8 because I feel like it's starting. Something's big's gonna happen, and obviously with Fami there, who's not been fully, we don't know what she's playing at, but hopefully it'll be sick. We're moving on to our next chapter, Jujutsu Kaisen 209, Offering to the Unknown. And well, so yes, we had a big discussion about Tengen, if he's alive or dead.
Is he dead?
Well, we'll get to that. And yes, after that epic couple of chapters with the freeway battle with Chozo, Kenjaku, and you know, the ending of that was fantastic. So obviously we've skipped, I guess, maybe 1 or 2 days. I'm not sure, but it looks like we must have skipped a couple of days. And Kenjaku's forwarded his plans with the Culling game, and now he's brought in the US Army to fight against the sorcerers. And what's interesting about this is like in this manga, we haven't really seen normal people being really involved with
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They've been involved in like, oh, they've had the demons, the sorcery healed and stuff like that. But I just think it's interesting that we have now we have a military who are just like getting in there. And obviously we saw Remy get captured by one of the military. And you know what was really funny? The banter between the army guys, when they're like saying, oh, these sorcerers, what are they like from Krypton or whatever? And I thought like that's funny because it's like it shows that you know, like in like certain mangas where it's like Dragon Ball Z, or no, certain mangas where it's like the whole world is that has that like this whatever with that ability, they're not even that bothered.
Yeah.
I just show that these are like, no, what is going on is mad, bro. You know what I mean? It is insane. And yeah, I think the chapter was you know, it was an interesting chapter, and there might not have been a lot of fight scenes, but I feel like something big's gonna happen. And one thing, just to go back to your point about Tengen, um, Urame mentions, are we doing this before your merger with Tengen? So does that mean he's still alive or he is dead in a comatose state? But guys, tell me what you think about the chapter, and we'll discuss this Tengen comment.
Sounds like I lost the bet, mate. Sounds like I lost the bet. Yeah.
Hey, we don't know what's going on.
When I read that bit, I was like, yeah, okay.
It sounds like I lost the bet, mate. Man was there, like, you know what I mean?
Hey, we don't know. We don't know.
Position thing, like, might just be in the comatose, like you were saying.
We don't know. I mean, look, obviously, I personally just think Tengen's not dead. And what I was saying last week is that I think Kenjaku's going to absorb his, but we also is going to absorb his power in it. But it's just interesting that she just subtly says it, and it's just like, well, no, sorry, don't just subtly say that. What are you talking about? Is he dead or not? So,
yeah.
But
who do you think Kenjaku's little dog thing is eating? Who's he eating? Is that to do with all the beef that was happening the chapter before? Is he eating someone?
I don't know, man. The top down. So basically, we saw the top down bit, but then he had a lot of panels of that little creature eating the thing, but it didn't really show you. So that could be. And Kenjaku's still a mystery to everyone. No one knows what he actually is, or like, well, we know what he is, but we don't know actually like what his, you know,
He's
what
not unleashed himself like that.
Yeah, man. But and sorry, Phil, go with some of your thoughts.
Wait, what?
Some of your thoughts about the chapter.
Oh no, it's just that was a weird. But anyway, yeah, it was like I'm where you guys are at. Kind of confused, where not necessarily confused, kind of wanting more from Kenjaku, in terms of what's his plans in it, where where does he fit in the whole hierarchy of power and all that kind of stuff. I'm more interested in is my man dead, and is the plan gonna actually succeed, and where the humans actually fit in, not the humans, what's gonna happen with the sorcerers fighting the humans, and how that battle's gonna go, because they're at some point they're gonna realize that they're humans.
Well, this is
And
it. So obviously,
they did at the end of this chapter.
well, you know when he explained that he needs obviously this energy in each of the colonies, and that's part of the end goal. And he said that basically releasing these cursed spirits to kind of fight the non sorcerers. It's his like insurance plan to release the energy. So that'd be interesting to see how the sorcerers deal with all these. Well, sorry, how the army deal with these cursed spirits, and and also I want to know what level of cursed spirits are they? Are they like what grade are they? That's gonna be interesting as well, because there's a bit where you know the military girl was just talking about fighting them. She's oh yeah, there's loads of really weak ones. There's ones that are quite strong, and there's ones that probably go beyond what our expectation. So they've obviously murked quite a few. So we're interested to see how they deal with we'll deal with what he's released. Lewis, share your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, are we going to have some characters added? So, like, you know, where we get to see where they call a bronze medalist, that girl that comes up, she looks like a badass. Is she going to be kind of a main part of the military, and we're going to see more of her, and she's going to start fighting certain curses, or even jujutsu guys. Who knows? But I just like the way this just ramped up. So we went from what's going to happen with the chapter before to like just proper smash your door in type of SWAT style kind of
Yeah, definitely.
real American, vibes of just coming through and just no questions asked.
We're playing no games. This is what's going on.
I do hope though they do bring in like some GI Joe style like soldiers, and there's a bit. I want it to be a fight with. I want like the characters, the main characters like UG, and I want to fight against some military soldiers, like one-on-one fights. Just I think it would be a bit interesting to see how they deal with that. You know what I mean? And you can add some. I mean, I know there's already quite a few characters in there already. It'd be cool to add some non-sorcerer characters.
This is why I think this bronze medalist woman is going to come in
and do some damage.
Because she's like, oh, I might just bronze because I'm a girl, like basically. So she's got a chip on her shoulder already. So.
Yeah. Imagine if they enlist some of the non-sorcerers into then they become part of the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's a good one as well. But then again, we've go on, because I was gonna say we've seen that in previous. We're not seen that, but we've seen non-sorcerers by sorcerers when this is going back a bit when is it Gojo? Can't remember his name. Flipping out, the guy with the infinite eyes, man. What's his name? Quick,
Gojo.
Yeah, Gojo. Yeah, when Gojo was fighting, was fighting someone, right? And he couldn't. His background wasn't of sorcerer, of like being in the jujutsu, sorcery, and all that kind of stuff. He was just a normal person. The guy with the rope. Yeah.
Yeah. But he studied it.
He studied it, but he wasn't someone that was like had an affinity for it, right? So that's what I'm saying. We've kind of seen what like the apex could be for those type of characters.
But then
that's that guy.
But then okay. Yeah, we know how powerful some of this sorcery is, yeah. But what if it's like it does nothing to like bullet? What if these lot just get killed? Well, not like main characters, but also there's quite a few deaths for like they are coming with the machine guns. Like we've seen them pull off some great stuff. Don't get me wrong. They've seen some big battles, but in a lot of these animes and manga, except for Dragon Ball, obviously, we never really see how they deal with like even like Naruto. Like people might hate me in the comment section. I don't know if someone dropped a nuke on his head, is he going to survive that? I know he does Rasengan and all that and everything, yeah. But we don't know how these lot will do again. So it'll be interesting to see like how some of these human weapons do. And these Jujutsu sorcerers, remember, they're not invincible. They just have they have techniques, you know what I mean? So they could get shot and get killed.
Yeah, but we have been introduced to a gun before with May.
But that's that's a bit different though. That's with her.
I know. It's with her curse. She's added her curse to it, but it's still
yeah. But I mean more like if me and you were gonna go beef some of these guys and we come with our guns. How far are we gonna get?
You men are done out there. You men are finished out here. What do you mean? You ain't army, man. No army training.
Not us as not literally us. But you know what I'm saying? It'll be interesting to see like. Are these soldiers just going to get murked or like just banged by all these techniques? Or are they going to actually like come and like do some damage? I don't know. I think it's going to be.
I think that's what we're going to see, though. We're going to see that.
Yeah.
Because right at the end of this chapter, you see that it's about to get.
Hopefully, it's not just going to be like. Hopefully, it's not going to be rushed, and we're going to see like at least like maybe 5 or 6 chapters of like the army versus the sorcerers, and then Kenjaku comes and says, "Oh yeah, my plan, you guys." You messed up, and then Tengen's like, "I'm not dead."
Domain expansion.
I have a feeling that we're gonna, you know what, in a 6 months' time, we're gonna laugh at this domain expansion. Okay, if Tengen does it, I think we're gonna laugh our heads off.
He will do it.
I'm saying he does it. It's gonna be thick.
He's gonna be on the floor and he's gonna grab Kenjaku's leg and he's like, "Nah, bro," and he's domain expansion. He's like, "What?"
Just put loads of doors around him. Or something.
Yeah.
But to wrap up, what score do you want to give it, Lewis?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because there's a lot of excitement. It just ramps up, and it opens up a new level to what's been going on. Yeah, 9 out of 10.
And Phil?
I give it a 9 as well. Give it a 9 as well. I like the art. Obviously, it's typical Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, but I like it. The way the story's going, I like the way the story's going as well. As Lewis said, it ramps up and it leaves doors open for kind of interpretation, but also seeing certain aspects of where plans could go. So, yeah, 9 out of 10.
I give it 4 out of 10. No, I'm joking. It gets. What does he feels face?
It wouldn't surprise me though, bro.
No. It gets a 9 out of 10. It's Jujutsu Kaisen last couple of weeks has just been fantastic, and they've just upped the ante every chapter. And even though this isn't like I guess an explosive chapter, for its like dialed down chapter, it's still amazing. You know what I mean? It's like there was a bit more like talk in this one, but all the stuff was like, damn, all the little, Tengen, all the army. It's just like, yeah, I'm just sick, and it's just sick, and I'm just excited to see where it goes next. So Jujutsu continues on a upward spiral for us. So let's hope we get Tengen to do the domain expansion. That's all we can.
Yeah, that's the goal.
We hope.
All right. That's it for this week's Panel and Frames. Join us next week when we will talk about more Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, and we'll discuss hopefully we get more into the life and death of Tengen. Like, subscribe, and please comment, guys. Do you think Tengen's alive or dead?
That's it.
See you later.
See you later.